Welcome back to the Christian Bachelorette. My name is Jayme and I'm your host. This is episode 2, and today we are talking about dating multiple people. I know. Last episode, we talked about very briefly the unexpected. So now we're going to talk about what got me to the unexpected, and that is dating multiple people. So I moved to California when I was 21 years old, and I had a girlfriend pick me up, and she wanted to take me to this really cool Christian psychology night at this beautiful church in Newport Beach. And I was like, hey, I'm here for this. I roll up, and lo and behold, right in front of me is Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. And they, at the time, were hosting something called Monday Night Solutions. Needless to say, I fell in love with them. Christian psychology had my heart. So every book they ever wrote, I read, and I pretty much did a Bible study over. But here's the thing. Dr. Henry Cloud wrote a very specific book. It's called, I'm sure you've heard of it, How to Get a Date Worth Keeping. And my mentor actually bought it for me, and I read it and I rejected it. And I'm going to tell you why. I rejected it because I didn't want to be rejected. And furthermore, I definitely didn't want to reject. At the time, and still sometimes, I really was a people-pleasing butt kisser. Okay. And I really, I didn't have it in me. I didn't want to reject anybody, and I really did not want to be rejected. So here's the thing is, in his book, he talks about the concept of dating multiple people, but in a kind and very clear way. But I rejected it. So year after year, I kept doing things my way, heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Okay, so until finally I get to a place of surrender. But let me back up a little bit. God, in all of his wonder and provision, I actually, I had the honor and privilege of planning the founders of Heart of Dating, their wedding. So Kate and Jade Tomlin, big shout out. If you guys don't follow Heart of Dating, please follow them. They teach you how to date well and how to date healthy as a Christian in this insane dating world. But yeah, that's a whole podcast in of itself of how that all came to be. But I had the honor and privilege of planning their wedding. And throughout the process, they started a mentorship program. And that mentorship program was called School of Dating. Now, I was planning their wedding, so of course I'm going to take it. And I just had a gut feeling. So listen, I know that Kate and Dr. Cloud, they went to the same church. He'd spoken at a lot of her conferences. I know that they had the same material going. So when they brought up dating multiple people, I really wanted to reject it. But here's the thing. I had been so hurt. And the truth is, my way, it didn't work. It didn't work. So I got to a point post School of Dating where I surrendered. And I said, God, my way of dating doesn't work. What do you want me to do? Now, listen, you guys, dating multiple people, it is not for everyone, but it definitely was for me. So here's the thing. I battled and can battle with anxious attachment. Super anxious. I overcommitted way too soon, aka hyper attached. I am what they call a hopeless romantic. Just committed too soon over and over and over and over again. And this was a method that would protect me from doing that. So, what did I do? I said, God, I'll do whatever you want me to do. October of 2022, got down on my hands and knees and said, let's do this. Now, here's the thing. For 2 years at that point, I was on the apps. I was in the world dating in church, and I was so negative. Oh, there's no good guys left, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would stay on the apps forever. I would never get off. I would be catfished and ghosted. It was so gross, okay? But I wanted to partner with the Lord. So this is what I did. October of 2022, got my hands and knees and said, God, I'll do whatever you want me to do. So I went on 2 dating apps. Okay. I started flirting on social media. I started going to any and everything that my church was doing, any and everything that the people in my church were doing. I started to ask for setups, and y'all, before I knew it, what was a complete drought, complete drought, like literally nothing, like nothing. It literally was raining men. I was dating 15 men in 1 month. How that is possible, I have no idea. But it was a beautiful, beautiful rain that I never, ever expected. Now, here's the thing. Dating multiple people, it worked for me. It might not work for you. That might not be your season. That might not be what God is calling to you. But is it? And that's my question, and that's my challenge, is if you're someone who perhaps struggles with any sort of anxious attachment, if you're someone who perhaps attaches too quickly, if you're someone who is a hopeless romantic, this just might be for you. Now, here's the thing. If you decide to do it, you got to do it with integrity. So be honest, be clear, be kind. Tell them, after the first date that you're not committing and you're not kissing for 2 to 3 months. And you can tell them, the heart behind it is, I don't want to attach too soon. I actually really want to get to know you. I want to get to know who you are. I want to make sure I can trust you, and I want to make sure that I can rely on you. And if it's not you, that's okay too. But I'm going to end this episode with a piece of hope. Psalm 37, quiet your heart in his presence and pray. Keep hope alive as you long for God to come through for you. So I'm praying that your hope stays alive. I'm praying that your hope stays alive. And next episode, we are going to talk about anxious attachment.